show him your ID.
Ah, fuck that. That's bullshit! Stop resisting! He lost me! Stop resisting! That's a fair question. What did he do? Oh, move it! Get off me now! Let him go! All right. Get on the ground! On the ground!
Shy, Season 4, Episode 1 got off to a blazing start. This episode felt like a mid-season finale. And to help me break down this season, look who decided to return. My wife, Dr. Crystal Tyson, because these women be playing me, catching attitude saying I don't represent you with what you have worked hard for.
Oh, goodness.
So, Dr. Crystal Tyson, my wife, is in the building. You ready?
Yeah, but I'm taking doctor hat off and we just Crystal.
Yeah, you're not working as a doctor. You just be reviewing
we just
and
having fun.
Right.
And yeah.
And if you're finding us for the first time, please subscribe. We go live Monday, Wednesday, and Friday night. We will be doing live reviews of The Chi. So check us out Monday night. Honey, the opening montage was a flashback, and it was a mess. You had Gemma kissing Jake, which I told y'all last season, and y'all tried to get in my ass.
Flash forward, right?
Yeah. I told y'all last season Gemma would match up better with Jake. You got him kissing her and Kevin running away. They flashed Keisha having a water birth. Mm-hmm. We also get to see Duda get his ass shot. And there's only two people that I think are going to do that. Either Imani or my girl, what is her name that he's trying to mess with now?
Keisha.
Not Keisha, no.
We know you.
Yeah. Okay, anyway. So how did you like that montage? And do you think that they will stick to the montage, or can some of these people change their fate?
I like the montage. It basically gave you little nuggets to kind of get you hooked already. So they're getting you hooked right off the bat. Where you're looking forward to what's going to happen all season. It reaffirmed some things that we were suggesting would happen, like you said with Gemma and what's his name?
Jake.
Gemma and Jake hooking up. I'm ready.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like it, but the question I have is, will those things be able to change? I guess we'll see. Now, this season opens up with with Kev in bed with Gemma, the woke sister. She woke. Black power.
Right.
Look at the people she got on her wall. You were saying she's got
Shirley Chisholm
Shirley
back
Chisholm.
there.
She's got a brother who's got his hair natural. She's got a sister with her hair natural. Kev is leaving, and Kev done hit it. And now he's got to get out this bed.
And apparently it's like a regular thing going on now for them.
Mm-hmm.
So they have this sexual relationship that's continuing on into this season.
Mm-hmm. And Kev got caught at the house, and he's telling Gemma he's going to do his thing this time, get out. So he manages to get out the window, but look what the daddy got damn cameras everywhere. Like, he's a banker, so what do we expect?
Right.
He's got cameras everywhere, but when he actually lets Kevin in the house, he's serving him breakfast like he baby boy, Tyrese, and he didn't even say nothing.
And I thought that was hilarious because Kevin thought he was being slick.
Right.
Like, he had a plan. He was telling Gemma, "I got you. I'm about to smooth this out." So not only does the daddy have him on the camera, he has like 4 different angles.
He's got 4 angles.
Different angles of Kevin jumping out the window, putting on his clothes, and then knocking on the front door like he's just showing up for the morning. Ain't been there all night.
Now, the thing is, you would expect him to say something. But the dialogue between him and Gemma and Kev, when Kev got in the house, is one of, he seems to have a respect for Kev. The daddy's kind of like, I was a young man one time, because most daddies would jump down somebody's throat. But I think he likes Kev enough. Kev engages him in a way that he liked. And Gemma is the one rolling her eyes at their relationship, because she was talking about the Olympics, and Kev was cool with it. Gemma wasn't. And then the dad hit her with a little, but you like capitalism when it suits your needs, and I got to buy you these Prada bags. And Kev was kind of, on the dad's side. So I think that's just showing the fracturing of Gemma and Kevin's relationship right there. Just like I told y'all last year about her and Jake being a better match. I think that was more the same.
I not when you say that out loud, I agree with it. When he opened up the door to let Kevin in, I didn't know what was going to happen.
Right.
And I guess the only thing that does make sense for him not to, either he plotting and we don't know what he gonna do, or he actually likes Kevin for his daughter,
right,
and is kind of practicing a little bit of restraint right now until they have that conversation.
Right. He just gonna hold this one up, but don't think I don't know.
No.
But I mean, most dudes, man.
What would you do if that was your daughter?
Oh, I'm gonna pull a Bad Boys 2, Martin Lawrence, Will Smith. We're gonna make the dude think he was.
Regardless of whether you like the boy or not.
No, I don't care.
Okay.
Don't be sneaking out the window whether I like you or not.
You gonna let him know that I know.
Yeah, I know. Nigga, don't be jumping out my window. You know, that's one reason I don't want to buy a 2-story house in the first place.
Oh, goodness.
Jumping out the windows, hiding and stuff. And I'm going to have cameras around the house.
A 1-story house would just make it that much more easy.
Good point.
So get a 4-story house. Let them break something on the way down.
I'm going to have cameras surrounding Elle's room like Batman.
Oh,
every angle. And I ain't even going to tell her about it. I'm the parent.
Oh,
she ain't got to know I got cameras everywhere.
Oh,
I'm the parent. Nope, ain't going to have this mess. Then we transition to the next scene where we find Emmit, the new owner of his barbecue business, with Dom, who was played by Lala Plastic Anthony. And they go ahead and start digging into the narrative of what's going on with him. This whole episode involving his character was basically him, Dom, and Tiff. And they go ahead in the very beginning, and the daddy, but more so Emmett's issues with him knowing Dom and Tiff are the two people he's smashing. They focus more on that.
Is he still messing around? I don't think he's still messing around with Dom, right?
He just hit it the last episode of last season.
But there's been some time in that. My assumption is that happened back then, but it don't seem like it's something that's carrying over into
you would think not, but I guess we'll see. They're going to lead us more into it, but the opening scene right here, they give you a window into the soul of what's going to be happening. He looks traumatized.
And then Dominique's confession to the daddy.
Hold your horses, man. We're going to get there.
Come on, let's go.
See, I have the pictures to keep you on mission.
All right.
We're going to get there, Larry. Then we get into, they introduce us to Duda for the first time. He's hooked up Imani, her man, and Jake with a little spot down there where she's cutting hair, doing her thing. Now he comes there and he's gonna take Jake to school. Jake don't want to have nothing to do with Duda. After he's seen how Duda is, Jake's done with him. But his brother ain't. His brother's running his street organization now. And Duda came here just basically lay down the law. Look, you work for me. It ain't no we work together.
I didn't realize what the brother was doing for Duda. So he's running whatever gang
street
crime, whatever he got going on. Okay.
Yeah. Imani's not feeling it. She's not, even though it's hooked her up, she's not feeling it. Jake ain't feeling it. I don't even think the brother's really feeling it, but he's going with it.
Yeah, he's going along with it. I actually think Imani is a little bit more
smart.
Yeah, a lot smarter than the brother.
Yeah, I mean, she has a more calm temperament for this type of thing, but
but she'll let it out when
she will.
Yeah.
She ain't scared to let it out, but
she's taking notes, I think,
right,
and just being a little bit more calculated and prepared to, I guess, be on the defense.
Handle the business.
Exactly.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you're taking bets, my bet is on Imani is going to be the one to pull the trigger on Duda, one of them. I have two people. Imani is one of them. Next scene I kind of thought was a good scene. Tiff and Keisha hook up, and this is when we start to figure out where is Keisha going to go with this baby. And so Tiff is in there helping her pick out outfits. And basically Tiff is like, you need to get this outfit. Keisha reveals, I want to wear this. And that's when we find out she's planning to have the baby and give it away.
Right.
What did you take away from this scene?
I mean, one is interesting seeing them two together, because wasn't like one of the seasons where they were kind of pitted against each other a little bit, or Tiff had a little bit of animosity towards Keisha. There was a little bit of friction between
just
the two.
because she was so close to Emmit.
Right.
Right. Emmit. They and I think Emmit had feelings for Keisha, but now they don't work it out.
Yeah. Yeah. So I like seeing them two together.
Okay. I did too.
I like that, her being in support. In last season when she was supporting when Keisha met up with Tiff to get, I guess, advice or her perspective about having an abortion or keeping the baby. She wanted to hear about Tiff's perspective because Tiff had babies and she had abortions.
Exactly.
So I like them two together.
And I just believe in my heart when the stuff hit the fan with Emmit, Tiff and Emmit probably going to have to come to Keisha for counseling. She's the glue that's probably going to be able to hold them together. It ain't going to be Dom. It ain't going to be the daddy. It's probably going to have to be Tiff. Now, speaking of Dom and the daddy, Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. Dominique decides to tell the daddy, who couldn't hold water if it was in the river, that she has slept with his son. And
she used past tense. So,
slept, yeah.
And she, made it like this is like this moral...
Right, like this is a new awakening for her.
Right. And she really feels like, out of respect, I need to let you know I slept with your son.
And I can respect that.
And she used past tense, so I'm assuming it's not happening.
And I give her big props for that. Big props. But there's still somebody else that need to be told.
I mean, but big props, but you still sleeping with the son. I mean, you slept with the daddy and the son.
Well, I mean, but we, like you said, we're assuming the way she put it is past tense. She's not sleeping with him no more. She's not sleeping with him no more. Now she's on to the daddy. She's on to the person that produced what I didn't like. So I'm going to really like this person now. But even though she's clear her conscience with that, you still got to tell Tiff. But I guess she feels like that's on the burden of Emmit. But at the end of the day, if you tell Tiff knowing that y'all in business together, that's going to ruin everything. Do you think how do you think Tiff is going to find out? Is the daddy going to slip up? Dom is not slipping up.
Right.
Dom ain't going to slip. So is it going to be the daddy?
Dom, it's because she feels guilty.
No, Dom ain't slipping up.
Because they're forming a relationship.
Right. Maybe. Yeah.
And you would think if she felt obligated to tell the daddy, she would feel obligated to tell Tiff somewhere along the line.
Right.
If it comes from Emmit, it's either Emmit or his daddy gonna end up slipping up because they getting high together. I know it, and all Emmit, all he can think about is them two. And we'll get there and talk about how he's so delirious. Right. But we'll see. But when I saw the scene with Dominique and the daddy together, I'm sitting here thinking like, what does she want from him? The daddy? Yeah. Maybe they don't seem like they're a good pair. Like he old school. And so she likes old school guys. Maybe. Because he don't have no money, right? No, he broke. But maybe he's slinging that good penis. I guess that's the only thing I can... You know how y'all chicks is. Either you got to have the money or the good penis or both. And sometimes good penis supersedes. They don't seem like like I said, they don't seem like she have an old school heart a little bit. I guess. Even though she's dressing younger, she seems like she just have a feel for the old school. I'm just thinking back to when the daddy threw the bachelor party for his son. Remember they had he had the couples coupon. Yeah, man. They're about to get couples massages together and all this other stuff. I'm like, so what is he about to do for Dominique? I have no idea, but I'm interested to see how they play it out. In the very next scene where they walk into school, this is when Kev reveals that he loves Gemma in front of Jake, and Jake is picking on it. And they have a little discussion that was instructive to me. Gemma wants someone that's going to challenge her. She's like, I want to debate with someone. She didn't say argue, she said debate. Right. That's what she said, not argue, debate. And Kev said, why would I debate with you when I love you? That was all I needed to know to say this is not going to work out between them. And it's also the highlight that Jake has, it seems like, more in common with Gemma because he was throwing out little. Yep, he was throwing jabs. Yeah. Yep, and Gemma was trying to reply to it. Yeah. And so, and Kevin isn't on the, Kevin isn't as woke. Right. Or is not as invested in, arguing in the fight as Gemma is. Now, I tried to tell y'all this last season. Y'all came for me, but when y'all gonna learn? Bow down to the life game. Oh, goodness. Bow down. Now, this is the next scene that hurt my feelings. Lord have mercy. Because this is my second favorite female character. This is, and her name is, let's see here, Tracey. Yeah. How could I forget that? Yeah. Duda is running up on Tracey in her organization that she has started. Now, remember, she has lost her son. She has lost a guy that she was starting to kind of date and have tremendous feelings for.
last season than Ronnie, and she's probably vulnerable. She's very vulnerable. And I wonder if Duda is picking up on that. But in any event, they're coming here because she's got this nonprofit organization that's making games. She's basically calling him a sleaze bucket. She's saying, I know what you do. I know you dope boy trying to be the mayor. I don't want to have nothing to do with you. But the whole time we're doing this scene, look at this look on her face. You can tell that she has physical tension for him. Whether it has anything to do with what she can gain for him, she's attracted to him. And she solidifies that by saying, I don't have nothing to do with you, but your outfit is nice. Break down this whole scene with Tracey, honey. I don't know why I want to keep calling her Tiffany. But Tracey, my second favorite female character on the show. Mm-hmm. And I'm sad for this because she's about to become a victim to panty draws.
Did they play that out in this scene where it looked like she was, still attracted to him? Or?
This is when she said to him,
I don't want nothing to do with you.
I don't want nothing to do with you, but I like you in that suit. Mm-hmm. I mean, clearly they're telling you she's physically attracted to him. Mm-hmm. She might not care for anything else he do, but they clearly letting you know she's physically attracted to him. And the mere fact that she allows him to get in her personal space to whisper in her ear in that manner. That's all a man need to know, how close he can get to your drawers. Mm-hmm. You done sat here and told me to my face, I don't like nothing about you, what you did, except for your outfit. And then you allow me to get so close to you that I can whisper sweet nothings in your ear, because that's what he did. Mm-hmm. Come to my little event. Mm-hmm. We're going to hook up your organization. Mm-hmm. I think Duda knows she's vulnerable, but the question here is, what are they trying to use her for? Because Candy is in on it too. Yeah,
and Candy was standing right there with him. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, it makes sense that her organization will be one that they're, I guess, targeting. One is a struggling organization. So if you give it support, she's going to be at his beck and call, kind of. Mm-hmm. And then the premise of it, trying to helping mothers of black sons who've been killed. It fits well with what's going on in today's society. Right. Yeah.
Killing an unarmed black man.
So it makes the mayor look good to be affiliated with saving an organization like that, but what are they going to use it for?
Mm-hmm. And whenever you start mixing penis and panty draws,
oh goodness,
things can go wrong. I mean, look, you can deny it, but you know they can go wrong. You don't mix business and pleasure.
Oh, you definitely don't.
You don't do that.
Yeah.
So here we go. Now we start getting into the meat and taters of Jake's situation. Because if y'all notice on all the posters, Jake is the one in the middle of the headline. Jake. Oh boy. So Kev and Jake go into this private school. They walk into school, and you're going to always have some kid in the hood who maybe is not getting the guidance he should, whatever the case may be.
They coming home from school, so they caught the train home.
I thought they was going to school.
I thought they were on their way home because Jake changed on the train.
Okay, either way, it's coming. That's right, he did change clothes. Yeah. So they coming from school. You got the neighborhood smart guy bully interacts with Jake. First, he's picking on Kev. Jake steps in to defend his man, and then homeboy tells him, "I'm gonna do you like your brother." Now Jake bowed it. Jake want all the smoke. Mm-hmm. Jake ain't scared of the smoke, but the smoke ain't come from this clown. The smoke came from the damn police. Mm-hmm. Police roll up on Jake and says, "Show me your ID." And Jake's like, "Nah." Then they start beating up Jake. Kev is down there saying, "Show him your ID." Then the police pulls the gun on Kev. Honey, break this shit down. Lena got this perfect. Mm-hmm. She did great on this because the police is screaming at Jake, "Stop resisting arrest." When Jake is on the ground, your knees in the back of his leg. Mm-hmm. How's he resisting arrest?
Right.
Come on, man. And oftentimes, for my Anglo-Saxons that's watching this, if you're watching this and you're Anglo-Saxon, you already know what the deal is. But go tell your friends who ain't. This is a prime example of what we talk about in the black community. And first of all, honey, is there a law that says you have to show the police your ID if you're not doing it? He didn't. There was no charges being brought on this boy. He didn't come for him for a warrant. He said, "Let me see your ID." You ain't got to show this man your damn ID.
Right. You
ain't doing nothing.
Right.
He's walking away.
And the whole situation is over now.
It's over.
It's over.
And if anything, you need to go chastise this dude back here who started the whole thing. Mm-hmm. But anyway, break it down, honey. I mean, give us your assessment.
I mean, there's just so many different dynamics being at play right now. Mm-hmm. So you're dealing with all this, now emotional trauma.
Yep.
One, Jake is the one who's being, harassed by the police, now beat by the police.
Yep.
And then you have this feeling of helplessness by Kevin, who's watching it happen and
doesn't know what to do.
Yeah, and even when he, I guess, before he could even think about reacting, the police puts the gun in his face.
For what?
So now you have this other underlying trauma going on with Jake.
Yep.
Then you have Maisha and
she filming
and her boyfriend. Yeah, so
she filming.
There's a lot of stuff going on in that situation. And guess what stood out is when you mentioned that Jake jumped in trying to defend Kevin from the I guess the neighborhood bully, whatever.
Right.
And now Jake feels like Kevin didn't step in
to defend him from the police.
Yeah.
Kind of, sort of.
So it's a lot, and I think this is going to set the tone for. Basically, it is going to set the tone for the rest of the season.
Right. And then the very next scene, you get Papa, Maisha, and Jake at the restaurant.
Trying to figure out
excuse me, Kev. Happened. Yeah, trying to figure it out.
They just look dazed.
And trying to figure out what are we supposed to do next.
Right.
You know, what is he arrested for? Of course, the police going to say he resisted arrest, but he didn't.
Were you being arrested?
Well,
that's what they do.
Right, yeah. right. They tie you up in these quagmires.
We're getting you for resisting arrest. Well, what were you arresting me for?
Right.
Well, we wasn't arrested. So how are we resisting arrest?
Oh, they make up bullshit. Prime example of what just happened with Louisiana. But anyway, Maisha's got this recording. Kev all shook up, wants to get rid of the recording because he feels like Jake wouldn't want nobody to see it. But Papa and Maisha kind of are operating on a different mindset, a more positive mindset. You know, I don't know if Papa's dad has instructed him how to behave when you're dealing with the police, which leads us to want to know Papa's dad got arrested the last time we seen him, and we haven't seen Papa Daddy yet. But long story short, Kev's telling them don't post it online. Maisha decides the most important and the right thing to do is post it online, and she was right. Was she wrong to go against what Kev said?
I mean, they're all kind of weighing in their mind what they think is best. Kevin is just spouting out what he thinks will be respectful to his friend who don't want to be seen punked in front of the world on video, on social media or whatever. And Maisha has a different, different take on it. So
so now they're all kids.
They're all kids.
Now let's step back. We grown ass adults. The right thing to do is post it on social media.
Exactly.
Because we've seen way too many times where the damn police are lie and we have video evidence and they still don't get punished. Mm-hmm. The only repercussion they have is the blasting from what gets happened on social media. From us going out in the streets protesting. Mm-hmm. Damn, they tried to lie their way out of what just happened with Derek Chauvin and George Floyd, saying that he wasn't choking him, that his knee was on his shoulder blade. Well, mother effer, if your knee is on somebody's shoulder blade so hard that they can't get their head up off the ground to breathe, you're still killing them, even though that's not even what happened. So Maisha did the right thing, and as parents, you have got to start telling your minority kids, or kids in general, white kids, black kids, whoever, particularly minorities, this is what you're going to have to do when you're dealing with the police. Make sure you're in the front of a lot of folks. Make sure somebody's got a camera out. Make sure you do everything you possibly can right. And even then, you still not guaranteed to get served justice properly. You're still not guaranteed. But Maisha did the right thing, and I'm proud that they let that character do the right thing. Because that could have been ugly. All right. Then we get back to Keisha's story. Keisha is meeting with a potential person that is going to adopt the baby. It's a couple. Right. And you said this is, what's her name?
Tabitha Brown.
Tabitha Brown. And she's sitting in here with her husband, and everybody could feel the tension.
Right.
The husband he upset about something she done did. And even Keisha's like, are y'all good?
Right. And her mom was like, Keisha. She was like, what?
Right. And that's why Keisha's my favorite female character.
I sense some tension.
She sensed some tension.
Good? I sense tension.
and eventually the couple goes outside.
Right.
And have a little talk. And while they out there talking, I guess they don't know they talking so loud that they can hear. But Keisha's like, nah, I ain't feeling this. Mm-hmm. Good for her. And her whole merit is she wants to give her child to a 2-person family. And me and Crystal had a debate. We didn't debate. We just discussed this. I feel where she's coming from. She wants a good, solid foundation. But I can assure you, you can go ask more than 1 million black moms who have raised great human beings that have done it by themselves, that it can get done by themselves. Mm-hmm. But what Keisha wants is for it not to have to be done in that manner. Mm-hmm. But this is a prime example of, okay, you think you're giving your child to a 2-parent home, when really the two parts are fighting with each other, which defeats the purpose.
Right.
Uh-oh, the baby.
I know.
Go get the baby. And I'll finish and we can just pick up where you go after that. So after we get past the scene with Keisha, they're basically telling that family, no, you're not going to get my baby. We pick up on Kev. Now, I knew Kev smoked dro. I knew that. But I didn't know Kev be getting blazed on that night train, that old man beer. Only alcohols that go in bags like that is the damn night train. Kev in there getting faded. And then you see a picture of him letting the smoke out. But, you know, ladies and gentlemen, how can you blame him for getting faded? As black men and women, they are dealing with these issues with the cops. You don't know, I mean, it causes emotional and psychological trauma, and it makes you want to go engage in things that give you stress relief. And for Kev, he's dealing with it right now, man. I just hope that he goes and has some counseling, but we're going to get to that in a minute. Very next scene. Oh, boy. We got Tracey, we got Jada and the crew all at this restaurant where Duda and Candy pops in. Now, the thing that highlights me the most is look at the way Tracey is looking at Duda. And the girls sitting at the table, they know good and damn well that she wants his meat. She don't care about that check. She do care about the check, but the number one agenda for her is that meat. And as she's looking at them, you know, the rest of the table is just like, girl, we know you got something in for him. And it just makes you wonder, how is it going to play out? And while they're in this restaurant, remember Jada is dealing with the masseuse who went to school with Emmit, and he sends her a drink, and then he walks by cheesing like a cat, smiling so big, get his ears wet, teeth from ear to ear. And so Jada's sitting there talking to homegirl about like, yeah, I get happy endings, but it ain't none of your business. And so what is going to happen when Emmit find out that his mom is getting happy endings from a classmate? Is he going to be upset? I guess, what can he say considering what he's put the mama through? Then we get on back over here to Tracey and Candy. And basically Candy's like, you want to F my husband. She can see it in her eyes. We've been seeing this the whole entire episode. Tracey wanted to F Duda. Duda gets the phone call. He had to bounce, but ladies and gentlemen, what is the agenda here? There is an agenda. You've got to figure out what is the agenda. Why do Candy and Duda want to deal with this girl and her organization so bad? I really think they know she's vulnerable right now. But this is something that can be held over each other's head. Because let's just say that Candy and Duda try to hold this over Tracey's head. You slept with my husband. She can turn around and say the same thing. You came to me and told me I could sleep with your husband, who's the mayor of the town. So I'm just interested to see where this goes. I hope she can resist her primal urges and not sleep with the Duda Meister Shyster. Then we get to the hospital. Jake's cuffed. Trig is there. His brother's there. Oh boy, here comes the baby. Hey baby, we're going to have to finish this review with the baby who done woke up from what, a 20-minute nap, L? L, can you sleep more than 20 minutes, baby? More than 20 minutes.
She missing stuff. She don't want to miss nothing.
There's no FOMO. So Duda shows up at the hospital. He is pissed that Jake is in handcuffs. And he orders that cop, unhandcuff him, he says, or you're going to get fired. And he unhandcuffs him. But the long story short, Trig is just like, what we going to do about this? Duda said, I'm going to handle it. We're going to get this handled. But Trig wants some street justice. Right. Honey, what would you think? What would you think was going to happen?
I mean, I guess this is exactly what. Of course, Trig gonna go in there mad. And now, I guess what you have to figure out is, are they going to get street justice or are they going to get some type of justice within the courts?
I mean, you could get both, really, because Jake is going to be due a substantial amount of money from the city. However, the city manager is not going to want the mayor to be trying to sign off on something with, basically, he's kind of like the brother figure in this whole situation.
Yeah. And is that going to be like a weird dynamic? Because if you're the mayor and this is like your quote, he used to be a foster, adopted son, something like that, and you're getting this big settlement for your son. How's that going to play out?
It don't matter how that play out. The cop accosted him. He didn't tell the cop to go out there and accost him. It should be the same exact way it would normally go.
Right.
The only thing is they're probably going to want him to be hands off in it. They might appoint. You know how Detroit appointed some kind of czar of financing that the mayor couldn't be involved with. They could do something like that. But ladies and gentlemen, Trigg is not I'm a wait in the court type of guy.
No.
He's not I'm going to wait 2 years before we get a trial.
Right.
That's not street justice. He's about to go Godfather of Harlem on somebody this night. All right? And then we get on down here to Kev Comes Home. He's just beat up. And he ain't really talking to his mama. He just lay his head on his mama's shoulder. And I thought that was a good moment. You know, mama, I know some guys is out there saying he need a man in the house. Well, there ain't no man in this house. He doing what he got to do. Yeah. And the mama's there, even though he don't want to talk to her, she's there to console him. Just let him lay his head down. No, you safe with me.
Right.
Type of thing.
Right.
Oh, boy. Emmett, go ahead.
Wait, the other thing is this where Keisha came in and told him that he need to talk about what's going on with him?
That's later.
Okay.
Get off the horse, Larry. I got the pictures in order for y'all.
I'm just making sure.
I got the pictures in order for y'all, Larry.
Sure.
Now this is the most striking thing for Emmett. Lord, the daddy comes in, y'all, with a VHS tape. This dude is so old school. He coming in with it, and he still got the earpiece in the ear. Don't nobody do that no more.
But he said VHS is making a comeback.
Ain't no VHS making no damn comeback. Old school.
He's gonna be ready when they come back.
Ain't no VHS. He ain't putting no money in the stock market on no VHS. But anyway, he brings soul food. Y'all know soul food had one person who cheated on a family member, and Emmett is hiding and did the edibles. Tiff and Dom are starting a new business on the side with edibles. And they in there trying out the product. Emmett is in here in the thick and in the throes of trouble.
It's a recipe for disaster.
It's a recipe. Everybody in this room know about the infidelity except for his wife. And And then you in here fraternizing with him. And you know your daddy can't hold water if he was a bucket in the toilet.
And then their mind is altered.
Mind is altered.
So you think somebody's going to slip up.
Yep. Not only that, but he's seen the relationship between Tiff and Dom starting to build.
Right.
Anytime he see them together alone, he thinks something crazy has happened.
Right.
And that's not a good
What
position.
y'all talking about?
That ain't a good position to be in.
What y'all doing? What y'all laughing at? What y'all talking about?
And in this clip where you see Dom looking at Tiff, this is when Tiff is saying, if that had been my family member, I would have chopped his dick off. But what she didn't say was what she had done to the woman.
Right.
All she did was say she was going to attack the man. She didn't say what she'd do to the woman. And Dom looked like she can fight, in my opinion. I believe Dom got some hands. So we'll see where that story goes. I'm very interested to see where it all plays out.
But we just waiting on the shoe to drop.
It's going to drop.
We know it's going to happen.
It's going to drop.
And so the thing is, should he get out in front of it and say something to Tiff? I think he needs to, because it's going to come out.
Absolutely get out in front of it. But
it's going to come out.
But then you can go the Steve Harvey route. You don't say nothing.
Oh, please.
You don't say nothing until you get some time behind it. And after you get like 5 years behind it, it'll be so old, didn't happen, that it won't sting as much.
But it's already it's busted at the seams now.
We think.
So they ain't going to get no time behind that. It's going to come out, and he need to be the one to tell her so that she not sitting around feeling like Boo Boo the Fool while all of them know what's been going on, and she knows nothing. And in the original,
and when this episode first started, when they was doing the flashback, you had Emmett in a bathroom doing what? Was he thinking suicide?
Or was he hiding out?
Hiding out? I don't know.
Somebody was banging on that door. I think it might have been Tiff trying to get him because she done found out what's happening.
Yep. All right, then we get the scene you was just talking about where Keisha comes in there to console her brother, and she reveals what she was going through when she was holding stuff in, telling him he needed to talk to somebody. Mm-hmm. I really enjoyed this scene. And like I said, Keisha is my favorite character because of the growth she's going through. Mm-hmm. How did you feel about the way she tried to console her brother?
I liked it. And I actually enjoy seeing Keisha now being in having come through everything that she's gone through. I didn't know, last season, we didn't know which way she was going to go.
Right.
And it seems like she's a lot stronger. Mm-hmm. It's clear that she's been going to therapy and stuff like that.
Yep.
So she's a lot stronger, and I like seeing who she is right now.
Right.
She seems like she's going to be the voice of wisdom for a lot of people.
Exactly.
This season.
Yep. That's why I said that's my girl. Then Tabitha Brown pops up to say she's sorry and say that the husband agreed to come back. They're getting divorced. She wanted to come clean, brought the girl popcorn.
The husband came to help, but he ain't help. How you gonna be sitting over there in the corner still throwing out little jabs and you're supposed to...
because he's
just
mad.
Don't come. Don't help. That ain't no help.
But apparently Keisha put on whatever quotas. I want this to be a.
Yeah.
So that's
but
why.
But if you're gonna show up and help, just sit there and eat. Don't sit up there and throw.
Yeah. Keisha basically tells her, "I want this to be a 2-family thing," and I guess they got on with it.
But I'm curious if, like we said, they're probably gonna bring her back. It left it open where you're wondering if Keisha's gonna change her mind in the future and let Tabitha have the baby.
Right.
Or I think you were wondering if Keisha was just going to keep it.
Keep it. But you don't have a character like Tabitha come on the show for one episode. So somehow or another Tabitha is going to play another role.
You never know. It may be a one episode.
No, she's not a one-hitter quitter. Too many black women like her for her to be a one-hitter quitter. Mm-hmm. Way too many. So we'll see. Then we get Jake, after having that nice stern talking to by his sister, Kev, goes to see Jake in the hospital, and this is when they have that discussion you mentioned, honey, about, you didn't help me. Kev's like, I ain't know what to do. They about to fall out. Mm-hmm. Kev about to leave, and who comes in to save the day? Big Papa. Uh-huh. Throws them some Skittles, brings some flowers, and the boys, he said, the 3 Musketeers are back.
Right.
How did you like that scene? What did it do for you?
I think it put a band-aid on it for now.
Right.
So it kept Kevin in the room. They kept dialogue going, but they still have to deal with their issues.
You got that right. And someone's going to have to talk to them about the right way to handle the police, what Kevin should have done, what Kevin shouldn't do. Kevin did what he was supposed to do.
Kevin's hands were tied.
There was nothing else he could do, because if he would have done anything else, he probably would have died officially.
Or both of them would have been sitting in a hospital bed, chained up.
Right. Who knows? And then the next scene, I don't know where they're going with this, but the masseuse shows up to get Jada and tell Jada, don't bring a pocketbook.
This is weird. Like, where he just pop up? The last time we saw him, he was running away from
Emmit. Yeah. He ran away from Emmit. And now Jada's sneaking behind Emmit back, you can give her the shield, having a little relationship. But, hey, homeboy's like, look, you ain't got to bring your pocketbook. And I'm going to have you for dessert. And she just want to make sure she get her happy ending. Yeah. It ain't nothing wrong with her getting a happy ending.
Yeah, I'm just curious where this storyline is going to go. Why are they bringing him back up? Is there still going to be friction between him and Emmit? Yeah. Right now, Emmit don't got grounds to say nothing.
He got too much going on.
Emmit can't say nothing. Just sit down and deal with your issues with Tiff and leave your mama alone.
And now, sidebar, did you notice how in the beginning of this episode, they talked about Brandon being in witness protection? Early on, they just kind of like sidebar, Brandon is in witness protection type deal. All right, now we getting back to the stuff I hate. Oh, Lord have mercy. Our girl Tracey is in here painting bars, and here comes Duda alone. It's dark and whatever in this room, you in there alone. This man know you want him. He know you want his meat stick. And you in there painting, he painting, and he says, I know how to get my hands dirty. Nigga, you ain't got to take off your shirt, take off this, and be in here in your wife beater. And then look at how he sensually takes the paint out the bucket and nicely rolls it across the top of the brim of the bucket. And then he's painting behind her. Honey, where's this going? Because this is not going to end well. Yeah. Somebody is not going to end well. And apparently Duda is not going to end well because he gets shot. But is Tracey going to shoot him? Is Candy going to shoot him? Right. Or is Imani going to shoot him? Right. That's what I want to know.
Or is it going to be Jake? Or is it who knows? He got so many issues going on.
My bet a woman going to take him out. That's my bet. And last but not least, you guys knew that Trig was going to get street justice. Imani is sitting here staging. She calls Trig, who's hanging around the corner. And next thing we know, that stupid cop that beat up his brother is down on the ground getting that ass beat. Now, I don't think Trig shot him on purpose. He's sending a message. Mm-hmm. Now, where do you think they're going to go for this? The cop's going to be scared? Is the cop's going to retaliate? What do you think is going to happen next? Because he beat the crap out of that cop.
Yeah, it can go. I don't know.
Now, the cop deserved it. Mm-hmm. He needed to get that. And if you let Larry tell the story, the only way Black's going to get justice is if we start becoming Batman doing stuff like that. Mm-hmm. But we all know that we can't per se go that route because there are a whole lot of people we have to influence that peace works and all that bull job.
Yeah.
Now, where is Lena going to take this story with this? Because when Duda find out, he's probably going to have problems with this. Mm-hmm. Because now you're going to have a manhunt on someone who beat up a cop, and the whole reason the cop got beat up, the cop is going to easily say because of what's going on with this young boy, Jake.
So it's going to be easy to change the narrative.
Easy.
Now, instead of Jake being the victim,
right,
the cop is the victim.
Yeah.
And so now they have to figure out how to protect the police and all this other stuff when the underlying issue
is police brutality against minorities.
So I don't know. It's an interesting twist, but you know, I'm ready to sit and see where it go. We'll
see. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do it. We had to do it fast because the baby woke up from her 15-minute nap. Anybody got nap tips, please leave us some comments.
All right.
Don't forget to like the video, comment, subscribe. I'll be back tonight with Moochie and Nita the Diva to review live stream Run the World. Then I'll be back Monday, Wednesday, and Friday night, and we will do Godfather Harlem tomorrow on Monday, and also the Shy live stream at 9 p.m. And until that next Sex is Hell video, I'll see you.